moving up to 155, potentially fighting Islam Makhachev.
This is something that I want to do, is to move up to the 155, because I know by fact that I can become a two-weight world champion. Because Islam, he's a great fighter, he's the #1 pound for pound. For me, I'm the best fighter in the world. So I know that I can do with him whatever I want to do, because I know that I'm much better than him. As I always say, I represent the new generation of mixed martial arts.
Ilia Topuria has issued a direct, uncompromising challenge to lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Stop running, face me next. The 28-year-old featherweight champion turned lightweight contender is not just asking for a fight, he's demanding a moment in fighting history.
I have so many things against Islam that he's gonna have some hard time with me, and something he knows and we all know is that the only thing I need it's one punch, and you know for sure that I'm gonna connect that one punch, because I don't throw my punches like a crazy, you know.
I'm preparing for Islam Makhachev, Topuria declared with razor-sharp intensity. All my training is focused on Islam or Charles because I don't see any other contenders. Neither of them want to step up. Adding rocket fuel to this explosive challenge, Alexander Volkanovski, a man who has faced both fighters, is now backing Topuria with a shocking prediction. Topuria has the power to dethrone Islam Makhachev. If anyone can do it, it is Ilia, Volkanovski stated emphatically. Ilia's got dangerous hands. You don't want to be getting caught by those punches. Early in the first 3 rounds, he's going to be dangerous.
How would you see that fight going between Islam and Ilia if they did meet at 150?
Yeah, I mean, like Islam's really good. You know, I mean, I think Islam's very fit. Islam's very safe. But again, Ilia's the type of guy that he could knock out anyone. So he's got power in them hands. You know what I mean? Everyone knows that. You go in there fighting him, you know that that's his chance of winning. But yeah, it's usually to always bet on someone when they just have a puncher's chance. I feel like you need to show more to be a hot favourite, especially against someone like Islam.
Topuria's bold accusation cuts deep. They say champs fight whoever they're told to, then they say he's too small to fight. These are signs of fear. I'd be scared too. The gauntlet is down. The challenge is issued, and the fighting world is holding its breath.
Where does that power come from?
From God, he gives me that power. Because of course I work hard, I work very hard, and I feel that I don't only work the hard way, I work the smart way. But I see many guys working really hard, but they don't have this power. So the conclusion is that the power comes from God.
It's from God. Would you accredit your mentality to God too?
Of course.
Ilia Topuria's journey to the top of the UFC is nothing short of extraordinary. Born in Georgia and representing Spain, the 28-year-old fighter has become a global sensation in the featherweight division. His breakthrough moment came at UFC 298, where he delivered a devastating knockout to Alexander Volkanovski, a fighter many considered unbeatable. This wasn't just a win, it was a statement that shook the MMA world to its core. But Topuria didn't stop there. He followed up by becoming the first fighter to finish the legendary Max Holloway, a feat that had eluded every other fighter in the division. His striking precision, mental toughness, and explosive power quickly elevated him to the top of the pound-for-pound rankings. Currently sitting at number 2 globally, Topuria was named Fighter of the Year for his incredible 2024 campaign, a testament to his rapid rise in dominance.
No, it's honestly, I'm very happy because now nobody can say something. I feel like #1 best fighter in the world right now.
Islam Makhachev represents a different breed of champion, a fighter who has redefined dominance in the lightweight division. With 4 successful title defenses, he has established himself as the longest-reigning lightweight champion in recent UFC history. His latest victory, a submission of Renato Moicano at UFC 311, further cemented his reputation as a nearly unbeatable force.
If you are #1 contender and Khabib is the champion, you need to fight Khabib for the belt. Will you fight Khabib?
If I need belt, I go Khabib's home, take belt.
Wow, smart answer, man. Smart. Hey!
Makhachev's journey is rooted in a legacy of fighting excellence. Mentored by Khabib Nurmagomedov, he has carried forward the fighting spirit of Dagestani wrestlers, technical, relentless, and supremely confident. Currently ranked as the top pound-for-pound fighter globally, Makhachev has transformed the lightweight division into his personal kingdom. Alexander Volkanovski brings a unique perspective to this potential showdown, having shared the octagon with both Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev. As a former champion who intimately understands the nuances of high-level UFC competition, his insights are particularly compelling.
Ilia Topuria moving up to lightweight. If he does fight Islam Makhachev, you obviously fought both guys. How do you think that fight goes?
I think Islam's going to be a tough matchup for him. Islam can be quite defensive and safe. Can Ilia catch him? I just think them later rounds, it's going to be very difficult for Ilia. He can knock out anyone, even in the lightweight division.
It'll be an interesting matchup because I feel like Ilia Topuria is a better boxer than Dustin. Does he have more power than Dustin? I'm not sure. We saw what Islam could do against a good boxer. When you look at what Islam's been able to do to some of the best strikers in the division, it's like, what can Ilia Topuria show something that's different?
I have fought both of them, Volkanovski explained in a recent interview. Islam is going to be a hard man to beat for anyone. But here's where it gets interesting. Volkanovski sees a critical vulnerability in Makhachev's seemingly impenetrable armor. I think the only chance of him losing is someone knocking him out, he stated. Someone landing something. That's what I believe. I've always believed that about myself. The only way I would lose is someone catching me, rather than actually beating me. When it comes to Topuria, Volkanovski is unequivocal about his potential. If anyone can do it, it is Ilia, he emphasized. Ilia's obviously got some dangerous hands, so for people to just count him out. He's got power in his hands. He's going to be looking for it.
You think this dude is vacating his title and all the perks that come with that to fight a #1 contender fight? There is no chance.
On the other end of that, if you're a Dustin Poirier fan, do we really want to see that? Do we really want to see this man kill a third legend potentially? He knocks out Alexander Volkanovski, knocks out Max Holloway, goes and knocks out Dustin Poirier too. Like, he can't keep getting away with this. Give him Islam. Give it for the 155 title.
Also, I've never specifically asked him this, and I don't know if anyone else has, but, Arman representing Georgia, I don't know how much he would love to fight an Arman Tsarukyan perhaps for a belt. Let's see. But there is no way, and quite frankly, he deserves a lot of praise. Historically, the champ doesn't give up the belt when he moves up. Historically, the champ keeps that belt. Dating back to the likes of BJ Penn moving up to 170 at UFC 94, he kept his 55-pound belt. Volkanovski kept his belt. Now, the Conor situation was a little different. He was essentially forced to give it up because they just needed something, but they let him keep it for a very, very long time before taking it away from him. So the point is, he deserves a lot of credit. He moves up and fights Islam, and if it doesn't go his way, and of course it can, I don't know what the odds are, but Islam is that damn good, he's now left beltless. He doesn't have that security blanket, and I think that just ups the stakes going into this fight.
UFC legend Chael Sonnen offers a more calculated approach to Topuria's title aspirations. He doesn't believe an immediate title shot is the right path. Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan are in a battle, and the battle is for Ilia, Sonnen declared. Charles is not likely to go right into a title fight against Islam. The only reason I say that is that Islam wants some fresh blood.
Charles and Tsarukyan are in a battle, and the battle is for Ilia. Charles is not likely to go right in a title fight against Islam. Now, the only reason I say that, Islam wants some fresh blood. Ilia's not going to get a title shot, and it would appear that he's not, even though he would fit the request of being fresh blood. You've got Ramadan, Ilia's vacating, and no mention of Ilia. So it would look as though Ilia's going to have to do a fight first. And Ilia versus Islam right now works. It's not a massive fight. However, Ilia versus Islam, if Ilia defeats Charles first, is a complete other conversation. It can't go right now. You gotta have Ilia prove that he can do it, and that either takes you through Tsarukyan or it takes you through Charles.
Sonnen argues that Topuria needs to prove himself in the lightweight division first. Ilia versus Islam is not a massive fight right now, he explained. You've got to have Ilia prove that he can do it. That means going through Tsarukyan or Charles first. In stark contrast to Volkanovski's assessment, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Makhachev's mentor and a legendary fighter himself, sees the potential matchup very differently. Drawing from his deep understanding of fighting and his close relationship with Makhachev, Khabib remains supremely confident in his protege.
There is fighters, there is champions, there is elite. I truly believe Islam gonna be from elite fighters. This guy grew up in front of my eyes more than 20 years. I know him all my life almost. This guy have championship mentality. He can do everything. He can wrestle, he can punch, he can kick, he can grapple, you know. He is like for next generation on this guy.
Sources close to Khabib suggest he believes Topuria will meet the same fate as previous Makhachev challengers, a comprehensive defeat that exposes the limitations of ambitious contenders. The Dagestani fighting school that Khabib represents sees Makhachev as virtually unbeatable, with a technical and strategic approach that transcends individual fighting skills. These expert perspectives create a fascinating tapestry of potential outcomes, each adding layers of complexity to what could be one of the most anticipated fights in UFC history.
Hands up, hands up. Выше, выше, выше. Выше. Penny, hands up. Islam, hands up. Don't touch. Don't touch her. 5.
As the dust settles on this potential superfight narrative, one truth emerges. Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev is more than just a championship bout. It's a collision of fighting philosophies, of rising ambition versus established dominance. Topuria's bold challenge, "Stop running, face me next," represents more than words. It's a declaration that could rewrite UFC history. Whether Makhachev maintains his seemingly impenetrable reign or Topuria becomes the first to crack his armor, one thing is certain. The lightweight division will never be the same. The fighters are ready. The world is watching.